welcome to the Arena Gridiron presented by Underdog Fantasy. If you want to get your money up with Underdog Fantasy, we have a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5, get $50 in bonus funds. So if you guys also want to watch this in an audio version, we have Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere you want to watch your podcast. I am here with the great Gilbert Arenas, Gerald McCoy, Aqib Talib, but we do have one seat open right here. And this guy needs no introduction. So I would like to welcome to the arena, Skip Bayless!
Hey! There goes Skip.
Woo!
There goes Skip.
Yeah!
Come on. Cut that thing, Skip.
There we go, Skip.
Well, we can't get it to cut. Can you hang on to it?
Just tear it.
Put that motherfucker down. Let's go, baby.
Woo!
Now for this.
Hold on now, Skip. Here we go.
Wow!
Hey. Wait a minute. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you, and especially.
Let's go, Skip. Let's go, baby. Let's get to it.
Woo!
Not the spike in the stump.
Yeah.
Spike in the
Not the spike in the stump.
The spike in the stump.
Not the spike and the stump.
So allow me to say, I have been blessed enough to be a part of two historically successful shows in my time. So I know what it feels like. I know what it takes. This is what it takes.
Yes, sir.
So it is an honor and privilege to be sitting with you, and you. And by the way, if anybody can fly this plane, you can fly this plane.
Yeah.
Because she actually flies planes.
Yeah.
Nah, for
I
real.
heard.
Yeah, so we're piloting this plane today.
Yeah, here we go.
All right, quite the entrance from Skip. Obviously, you have a take on Micah here. So Micah got paid $46.5 million a year annual average salary. So to put that in perspective, 13.5% jump from TJ Watt, and he's making more than Patrick Mahomes. So I'm going to give it to Skip first.
Yeah.
So obviously, you came in. Let's see. How do you feel? Do you think it was smart or dumb by Jerry Jones to trade Micah Parsons?
Obviously, as you could just see, this was the first smart, bold, ballsy move that Jerry Jones has made in 30 years. And I want to be very clear about this. I am not second guessing this with some lame, weak second guess. I have been first guessing this for 2 long years. I've said overhyped, overrated, and please, Jerry, please don't ridiculously, dangerously overpay Micah Parsons. More trouble than worth, because in the end, he hasn't wrecked a game since his rookie year when he took the league by storm until the league figured out, oh, wait, he's just a finesse, flash and dash speed quickness rusher. We can run at him and we can neutralize him. And he became a liability against the run. In 4 playoff games, when they got run off the field, Micah Parsons has 1 sack in 4 playoff games. And guess when it came? It came, you know Tampa Bay, you started there. It came late in a game at Tampa, a playoff game in which the Cowboys were ahead 31-14 against the 8-9 Buccaneers, who had stolen their division because they had a 45-year-old Tom Brady at quarterback. That's his only sack in 4 playoff games, 3 of which he completely no-showed in. The worst no-show of his career was, ironically, against the Green Bay Packers. I don't know, did they not watch this tape? Because he put up the worst numbers of his career against Green Bay in the playoff game. So I'm seeing a guy who, since he came in the league, is 5th in sacks, he's 5th in quarterback hits, which is not bad, until you start saying, well, wait a second, he cares more about his podcast than he does about winning football games. He got blasted by veterans in the locker room for just that. He was not a leader, he's not a cold-blooded killer, he's not a physical football player, and in the end, I say good riddance and good luck to the Green Bay Packers.
I feel that, Skip.
Woo!
Wow.
I feel that, Skip.
Hey.
He lost me when he said smart. I'm sorry, Skip. I tuned out when you said smart because I didn't know trading a generational talent was actually smart for your franchise. Cleveland lost LeBron. They sucked until LeBron came back.
Yep.
Shaq left. Orlando wasn't considered anything until, was it Dwight Howard?
Okay.
Then you got the Red Sox, right?
Okay.
They got rid of who?
Babe Ruth?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
86 years it took them to get back to relevant. So you think you can trade the gold standard of his position? Would you have traded Myles Garrett?
Nope.
Okay. Would you have traded T.J. Watt?
The heck no.
Of course not. But
Nope. Keep going.
But at the same,
Yeah.
what does he get paid to do?
Rush that pass.
But the passer. That's his job. Like
Okay.
to get the dude that is his job is not to actually stop the run game. That's not his expertise. He's decent at it, but he's not great. But what he's great at, he does a great job at it. I think last year, he was second or third in percentage-wise of putting pressure on the quarterback. This is like blaming Steph Curry because their team couldn't rebound. I mean, it's just you're taking someone out of his element and blaming him for the overall success of a defensive assignment, right? His job, he does his job very, very well. It's like buying a Lamborghini and complaining that it's too loud. The job of it is to be flashy and loud, and that's what he did to the best of his ability.
Okay, but did LeBron win for Cleveland? Yeah, he took them to the finals. Didn't win the championship the first go-round, but, right? And didn't Shaq do great things for Orlando? Got them, he took them to the finals, right? Okay, so what did Micah Parsons do to carry Dallas in the playoffs? What did he ever do?
It was in the playoffs for 3 out of his 4 years. I mean, so
okay.
first you got to get to the tournament to win the chip. You got to enter the tournament first.
All right.
But I'm kind of neutral on it, bro. I'm like, man, hey, Tom got to tell. Tom got to tell if this was a dumb trade, if it was a smart trade, if the Packers come out and send the Cowboys home again and Parsons have a Von Miller-esque run, then it was a dumbass trade.
Yeah.
Now,
Do you think that's going to happen?
I don't know. It's future stuff for it. So look, if the cap room turned into DeMarcus Ware, Aqib Talib, T.J. Ward, and Emmanuel Sanders like it did for the Broncos, then it's a fucking great trade. If the draft picks turn into Emmitt Smith, Kevin Smith, Russell Maryland, and Darren Woodson, then it's a fucking great trade. But like I said, if the Packers have a mean-ass run and he do some Von Miller shit and win the Super Bowl, then it's a fucking terrible trade. So we can't jump the gun. You got to sit back and watch on this one.
So let's get into I'm listening to what everybody's saying. And you said, was it smart by Jerry? Let's get into the psyche of franchises in the NFL.
Right.
Who do they trade with? The Packers, okay? What did they get? Kenny Clark. The Cowboys got Kenny Clark and 2 first-round picks.
Right.
Was it smart by Jerry? Yes. Let me tell you why. Every organization doesn't value draft picks the same. The Green Bay Packers haven't drafted well, but the Green Bay Packers are in win-now mode. You know how I know that? Because they broke a 21-year streak of drafting a first-round wide receiver and got Matthew Golden. They know their quarterback needs a number 1 wide receiver, okay? Last year, they were top 10 in defense, but they were 22nd in pressure rate. The Packers haven't drafted well. So what are they saying? We drafted Devontae Wyatt to replace who? Kenny Clark. We send him off to Dallas. Dallas needs somebody that can help them stop the run. We're good there. What do we need help with? Pass rush. We don't draft well. So draft picks are hit or miss. But you know who's not hit or miss for what we need? Micah. He specializes in what we need. In Dallas, over the last 4 years, they've averaged giving up 122 yards on the ground. In November, in December, in the NFL, in order to win, Keeb has won a Super Bowl. He knows you have to run the ball and stop the run. The Cowboys have been horrible at that. So now let's switch to Jerry's mindset as the Cowboys. Jerry said we need to be better at stopping the run. This makes us better. The Cowboys value draft picks. You know how I know that? Because they draft well. Since 2019, CeeDee Lamb, All-Pro. Trevon Diggs, All-Pro. Micah Parsons, All-Pro. Tyler Smith, All-Pro. Deron Bland, All-Pro. You can, all the way back, the Cowboys draft well. So Jerry said our team got better because now we save money. We got 2 first-round picks, and we got Kenny Clark to help us now. Let's be real about this. They weren't going to be that good anyway. So we're giving up Micah Parsons. He's been here this whole time. We still can't stop the run. To answer your question, you said he's a pass rush specialist. In football, for the most part, he's going to specialize on third down. If you're in 3rd and 2 or 3, they're not going to pass the ball. So why are we going to pay this guy all of this money? Because Micah getting paid the highest we've ever seen, non-quarterback, is not based off him being the best defensive player in football. It's based off, it's his time. This is the market, and he's up.
Right.
So we have to think about that too. Jerry's not saying this, they 2-3 years into the contract. Now, forget that. We paying this guy right now because look at what he's paying him the money was going to pay him because it's the time now. So I agree. When Jerry says we just got better, whether Micah was here or not, it did not change our defense. He was a pass rush specialist. Skip is not lying. Micah doesn't play the run well. I watch defensive linemen. They run right at him. He's not taking on blocks. He's laying stuff, and it's not slowing anything down.
Did Von Miller play the run well?
No, but you know who did? Pot roast.
Yeah.
Malik Jackson,
that's the point. It ain't Parsons' fucking job to play the run well.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? Get some other people to play the run well, but in big games, did Von Miller tear that shit up and leave his stamp on it?
In games.
That's what Parsons type guys are for.
Listen to what you just said, though. Who was over there? You was there.
Yeah.
Chris Harris was there. TJ was in the back. Y'all had a full defensive line. Y'all to have issues stopping the run. He's one guy. And then what happened? Dallas, look at how Jerry built his teams.
Yeah.
Skip, you was there. The 3 most prominent names in the history of the Cowboys: a quarterback, Troy Aikman; a running back, Emmitt Smith; and Michael Irvin in the Super Bowl run in the 90s.
Okay, but who was the most valuable player on that team? Seriously.
On the defense?
On the team. On the team. What will they all say now? We couldn't have won without Charles Haley.
Exactly.
He was the baddest ass pass rusher I ever saw. And trust me, he could play the run. He was a force on that side. You didn't screw around with that side of the football field. You didn't screw around with Lawrence Taylor, who could rush the passer like nobody ever saw, but he could stop the run. Last year, they gave up against the run. Early in the year, New Orleans, which became the worst team in the league at the end of the year, they went into Dallas and ran for 190 yards in the second game. Third game of the year, Baltimore goes in there with a game plan of wherever 11 is, we're going to run at 11. Because he backpedals like a DB when you run at him. It's like he's covering Tyreek backpedaling. That's what he looks like. I'm serious.
That makes sense, though.
All right, and then 2 Philadelphia games last year. They ran for 187 and 179 against Micah on the football field. I can just go down chapter verse. He was a liability, and it hurts the locker room. It hurts the defensive huddle because they know what's happening, and he doesn't care. There's no killer will to him. He's not a physical football player.
All right, Skip.
You were a physical football player. You were a physical football player. He is not. He is all finesse.
All right, so now that he gone, the Cowboys gonna pop out to be a top 10 run defense, right?
Hell no.
We don't fucking know.
No.
He gonna help, but we don't know. So we want it to be immediate, like, oh, he traded him, it's great. But if they fucking trash against the run still, if they still trash against the run, if he strike out on the free agency signings that he gonna do, if he strike out on the draft picks, then shit, it was a fucking terrible trade. If he hit on them, it's a good trade. So everything is hypothetical. We don't know what the fuck gonna happen.
Also, look at Cowboys fans are up in arms about this. But I don't know why you're up in arms about this when Jerry has had a formula for 30 years of how he builds teams. He had, seriously, think about it.
That shit
you
been
just
trash.
talked about how Charles Haley was, no, listen, but Charles Haley was brought in.
He was.
Deion Sanders was brought in.
He was.
But how did he build his team? I'm going to have my quarterback, my running back, my wide receiver, but he builds every team
And
around
that
what
O-line.
position? The O-line. The 90s, we can say the Cowboys' 90s offensive line, a lot of people agree, are arguably the greatest offensive lines we've ever seen. When they had a resurgence, what did they do? They brought in Tyron Smith,
Yep.
Travis Frederick, and Zach Martin.
They did.
They had Darren McFadden, who was a dynamo at Arkansas. He couldn't sniff 1,000 yards in the league. What did he do when he got behind this line?
1,000.
Got 1,000 yards.
Yep.
DeMarco Murray, incredible player, offensive player of the year behind the offensive line. This is what he's done. Then he just so happened to stumble in the deck. Zeke, behind the offensive line, led the league 3 years in a row in rushing.
He did.
He already had Dez Bryant. Then he's bringing in pieces around that. Jason Witten was already there. Let's go to right now. What is Jerry doing? He's drafted offensive linemen to build around the quarterback. And then what did he prioritize? He brought in George Pickens. So now I got my offensive line in place. I got my quarterback. Got my 2 wide receivers. It's plug and play back there, running back. Now I start piecing around. I can't do that if I get this one person all this money. But you know what I can do? I can bring in Kenny Clark, who knows how to stop the run, in the middle where they've struggled at D-tackle, 2 first-round picks because we draft well, and now I can spread this money around to build my team. That's how Jerry's always worked.
I'm an offensive guy. How much does he weigh? About 245? Right, he's
About
not a big-
250.
Yeah, so if
245,
you're
250.
Baltimore and you have Derrick Henry back there, I'm going to target the guy who's going to try to
Exactly.
walk me down. I want to go right at him because I know he can't stop me going full. That makes sense.
Got it.
Barkley, that makes sense. You're going to just run through his chest. This is no different than Rudy Gobert, right? He is a great defender at the basket.
Okay.
Right.
Pick and roll, bring him out here.
You're
We're going
right.
to target him. That is not a penalty against that guy. It's a sign of respect, right? We know what he's weak at, and we're going to target it because we don't want him to affect the rest of the game.
Right.
Understand.
So if his job is to stop the running back from hitting on the outside, what do you think is going to happen now? When he's gone and you're plugging in the middle, where do you think they're going to run now? Outside.
They're going to run that Dante
Yeah,
Fowler
they're just going to run on the outside. It's going to be the same thing.
So
Yeah, but
you're
that-
still firm on it was dumb. You're set on that. Dumb by Jerry Jones.
If you can spell Cowboys and dumb, it's, yeah. They
Dumb.
go together.
Okay,
It's dumb.
okay.
It's been
the
done for 30 years.
But it's
Like,
the
it's
same, right?
30 years.
Dumb.
So like
30
this
years.
blueprint he's been
Right.
doing for 30 years hasn't worked.
Okay.
It
This
did
is
work
not
before.
the 90s.
You're right.
Yeah.
Okay. Go a level deeper. You 3 were locker room leaders. The closest thing.
Whoa,
Nah, I
Skip, don't
agree with
get-
that.
Whoa, Skip, you heard about my locker room stuff. That wasn't my job.
You know what? But those
Nah,
guys
for real.
looked up to you as a scorer. They did, because you could go get 50 on any given night. So they're going to listen to you.
Hell yeah.
DeMarcus Lawrence was the closest thing this team had to a leader. He was hurt all last year, and then he took another nice deal. He's late in his career, and he went to Seattle. And he told the Seattle media, my home's in Dallas, but I left because I'm never going to win a Super Bowl in Dallas. And Micah fired back at him and said, that's some clown shit on Twitter. And DeMarcus Lawrence fired back at Micah on Twitter, and he said, well, if you didn't tweet so much and cared more about winning, maybe I would have stayed. Okay, so that's a leader in the locker room sending the message that he was at least as concerned about his social media image
Yeah.
and impact as he was leading that team in a playoff game. And then I go back 1 year to my friend Keyshawn Johnson, had Malik Hooker, the safety, who was a first-round pick. He's a 15th overall pick out of Ohio State, a pretty good player, fairly well respected in the locker room. And he said to Keyshawn on the podcast that if I had any advice for Micah, because we're having such a problem with the run game, why are you so focused on your podcast instead of on fixing our run defense? Okay, listen, nobody in the Cleveland locker room, no veteran ripped Myles Garrett. TJ Watt doesn't get ripped by his teammates. Nick Bosa doesn't get ripped. Trey Hendrickson, I can go down the list. That was significant to me that veteran leaders in the locker room took public shots
Nah, for real.
at Micah Parsons. That's all I needed to know. They're not buying into his psyche, his approach, his commitment. He's obviously, to your point, he's supremely gifted. He ran 4.39 at 250 pounds. Okay, you can't find that. It doesn't grow on Southern California palm trees, right? But you can find commitment, leadership, dedication, and I'm talking about cold-blooded killers. That's what you guys know this. You have to have that to play this game.
Got to.
I didn't see it in him. I don't care how fast you can run at how big you are. If you don't really care about being the best football player you can be and leading the Dallas Cowboys to a playoff win, I'm not going to pay you a fourth of my cap. I'm not going to give you more guaranteed money than all but 6 quarterbacks are getting right now, because it will be a killer to my team. I'm a Cowboy fan, lifelong diehard since I was 10 years old. I didn't want to give Micah a fourth of the cap because I'd go for 5 more years just throwing up my hands watching them get run off the football field. Okay, the leaders were speaking. And if you guys spoke out against a young, talented player, I would listen. If you spoke out against a first-round draft pick who wasn't dedicating himself to the process of becoming great, I would listen to what you were saying, because you know what it took to be able to score 50 a game in the National Basketball Association.
Well, clearly you guys are divided. YouTube, though, 59% are saying dumb move.
Yeah, of course.
But
No
let's
surprise.
pivot. Let's pivot.
Everybody hates it.
Yeah, because
Let's pivot.
That's damn right even. That's 50-50 for real.
But you're attacking his character
Nah.
like it's suffering in the game. He is still excellent in the game.
Well,
at one specific skill.
Maturing,
still.
At one specific skill.
The skill that he does.
You're asking to be paid as the highest non-quarterback. So if you're a defender, especially a defensive lineman, their best run defender is now in Seattle. His name is DeMarcus Lawrence. Okay, he's gone.
There you go.
You're
Bingo.
asking to be paid as the best defensive player. You're being paid that because it's your time, but you are a pass
just
rush
like everybody else, though.
specialist. But what I'm saying is, to his point, you're a pass rush specialist. If we cannot get to the point where we need you to specialize in what you specialize in,
Right.
then we haven't improved in this area. So we can't even capitalize on who you are because we haven't improved here. But if I have all this money, then I can spread it around because, okay, so I'm going to pay this guy. He's getting 12 sacks a year. That's excellent. Or I can spread the money around, get a couple guys that are solid team guys that can, all I need you to come in and do is play the run. That's all I need you. It's team building. Y'all had a team. When y'all won, y'all had a team. You can point to not the 4 starters, but the 2 people on the bench.
Right.
You like, hey, we need them because when he out, I know all we need him to do is be good on first, second down. D-Law coming in, Bond coming in, Malik is back. We good. Give him a spell. They ain't got that. So you need money to go out and get that.
So
plus you got 2 first-round
But
picks and Kenny Clark.
To skip point, in football gear, that locker room shit is crucial.
It matters.
If you ain't got no good locker room, then the vibe on the field is just not gonna work. I don't give a fuck what kind of talent you got out there. Football is a communication.
It is.
If I can't communicate with you, if I can't tell you, hey, get your motherfucking ass. If you get mad at me and now we beef, we gonna be trash. So I don't really know what kind of teammate he was. He did a lot of podcast shit to me. I feel like
He did.
A lot of people was frowned upon that podcast shit he was doing. So I do feel like they cleaned the locker room up. They got better in that way as far as cleaning the locker room up. You know what I'm saying?
So it clearly.
I'm telling you, that shit matter, Gil.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That shit
am I the
crucial.
only one who watched the Cowboys, Doc?
Nah, I watched it.
You watched it, right?
Locked in.
It was locked in, right?
Hell yeah.
You was
Yeah,
locked
it was
in?
great. It was
Yep.
So him doing podcasting is frowned upon.
Because he's saying shit,
They
Gil,
got,
like.
they got whole 8 balls being done on a team that
But
was
that's-
winning championships.
But yeah, but that ain't got nothing to do with it. That ain't got nothing to do with the vibe.
What I'm saying,
Maybe it was 10 to 12 of them doing.
Of course, because the whole damn
vibing.
team was high.
But-
that makes sense.
But when you go on the
But if
podcast,
the whole team is high, that means we doing it
we
together.
vibing. So Gil,
We all high.
Bingo.
We
Gil.
doing it together. You
That's
getting
like-
high?
that's
I'm
like a
getting
motherfucker-
high.
They were bonding.
All right, so we
They
all
were
high.
bonding.
Gil,
Okay.
that's like a motherfucker going on a podcast, a young guy on your team,
Yeah,
and they saying, name the top shooting guards. He named everybody but Gil. Like motherfucker, you gonna look at him in the locker room like, nigga, I ain't one of the top shooting guards, nigga, I'll slap the shit out you, fam. Like, that's how Dak looking at you naming the top 10 quarterbacks, Dak not in it. Like, you just creating friction in the locker room.
Yeah.
That's what I get on, fam. Like, you're fucking up the vibe in here, fam. We need a vibe to win this chip.
You're supposed to lie on your team.
You gotta lie on your podcast. Even if you don't fuck with that, you gotta lie, fam. And just say Dak. Put him at number 2, number 3, at least. But you being too damn
all right.
By 1995, they were so supremely talented because they added Deion that Barry Switzer was the head coach, and his motto was, win the game, win the party. So he encouraged all that camaraderie off the field, all that White House stuff.
Fun.
Yeah, I got a party.
Hey, got
an hour podcast.
Hi, Richie, got a party.
14 hours of partying, I'll take the podcast.
Okay, clearly it wasn't worth it to Jerry Jones to pay Micah, so we didn't. Let's pivot. Let's talk about a different player. We have Sheduer. Okay, Sheduer is QB3 for the Browns. Does anybody here think he should be QB1 this week starting? Anybody? Skip?
I'll go. I definitely think he should start this weekend because if he did, that team would be electrified by him. Because Njoku and Judy showed you through training camp, they love this kid because he's special. He got raised by the athlete I think was the greatest athlete in the history of sports. It's in his bloodlines. He was raised around stars to be a star in the National Football League. I said, again, a first guess, before last college football season, he should be the first overall pick. My friend Mel Kiper, who's been doing this for a long time, had him ranked above Cam Ward as the best quarterback in the draft. He fell to 5th because the league wanted to punish him and his father because they don't act the right way for this league. That's not how you do things at this level in this league. My point is, it's the biggest steal of the century for Cleveland to have him. I know Dylan Gabriel because I'm an Oklahoma fan because I grew up there. We're brothers from Oklahoma City, obviously Gerald and I. But the point is, because I'm a Sooner fan, I watched Dylan Gabriel every snap for 2 years. Sheduer is better than Dylan Gabriel. Sheduer would electrify the locker room in the city in ways Joe Flacco would never this year, will never the rest of this year. So he's born to play quarterback in this league because he is deadly accurate. He's got poise and command that I did not see from Arch Manning or Cade Klubnik last week, who are supposed to be first overall picks. And in the end, this, you could say, don't throw this kid into this dumpster fire that's the Cleveland Browns, but listen, he's made for this. It wouldn't bother him. You saw what happened when he accidentally had to start the first preseason game because everybody else was hurt. He got to play with a few ones and a bunch of twos, and he lit it up because that's what he does. And then he got thrown into the third preseason game, the last one in the third quarter, and it was with nobody who was even going to make the team, and he didn't look very good. I thought he got sabotaged by Kevin Stefanski because I don't think Stefanski wants him on the team because Stefanski didn't want to draft him in the first place, and they loved Dylan Gabriel. I would love to see him start because he would make Cleveland a factor, and I think he would survive the psychological beating and the physical beating because I have never seen a tougher physical college quarterback than Shedeur Sanders. He took beatings for 2 years and jumped right up and kept firing. So I would start him, and he deserves to start.
Here's why I would start him. So Joe Flacco is named the starter. Joe Flacco got off his couch and won Comeback Player of the Year in 2023 for the same coach. He knows what Joe Flacco can do. Joe Flacco has been doing this a long time. You can argue his run to a Super Bowl is the greatest run we've seen by a quarterback because of who he had to go through.
I don't know about
the
that.
Preseason, no, I'm saying you can argue it. The preseason, Keeb can attest to this. We've been in training camp killing our bodies. You get in a preseason game, even though you want to play, you're not turning it all the way on. Not when you really. So when you go into a regular season, the speed completely changes. The mindset changes. Everything changes. Now, preseason games, for the fans who don't know, preseason games, we kind of game plan. And this is back when me and Key played. They had 4 preseason games. The third game was the dress rehearsal. So we would go through like game planning and getting ready for a game plan. but it wasn't a game plan.
Right.
When he's going into the regular season, they're going to be game planning for him.
Right.
The speed changes, the mindset changes, everything changes. If you believe, Skip, that Sheduer is built for this, why rush him? We live in a microwave society where we want to be satisfied so quick. A person had one good year and it's like, oh, let's rank him top 10. What happened to the times of development? Sheduer, a big issue with him is holding the ball. You know why he's holding the ball? Because he's not diagnosing the defense fast enough. Right. There's a lot of times in that third preseason game, he had guys wide open. Get the ball out your hand. But what he's doing is I'm looking downfield. I'm trying to make a play instead of making the play. Making a play and making the play is completely different. If Sheduer is built for this, why rush it? You got Joe Flacco. If your team, like you said, is a dumpster fire, then let the 40-year-old man take the fire. Let Sheduer sit back and learn. Okay, if he's as smart
QB2, or do you like him QB3?
I'm fine with him being QB3 because if he's as smart as you say, what he's going to do is I can call home. He's trained by Brady. He's watching Joe Flacco. So when certain situations are happening, Joe Flacco did this. Heck no, not doing that. Got it. Now he doesn't have to go through a practice week and prepare to play a game. I can see what preparation is like. I wouldn't do it like Joe Flacco. I would do it like this. Cool. Now I can take notes on that. I'm studying defense. Now I can do this. Now I can do this. Now he can learn how to play at the NFL level. Let Joe Flacco deal with this. Let him deal with this. And if he's built for it, when it's time, now I've learned and I've developed as a quarterback. A big issue is a lot of teams, and Tom Brady said this, a lot of teams are looking at physical attributes. He can run, he got a big arm, make this and this and this. Why is Zach Wilson the second overall pick? Because he can throw the ball. He can't think. So if you can't think, it does not matter in the league. Tom Brady wasn't a gifted athlete. His superpower, he said, was his mind. He's not snapping the ball or moving anything unless I know what I'm doing. A lot of these kids are just, all right, snapping it. Here's my read. What happens when they roll the safeties or when he's smart enough to know, okay, I'm going to cheat in a little bit because when I cheat in, this is what it looks like we in. But I'm fast enough as an athlete, smart enough to get back here. Now you got a young quarterback. He's seeing this. All right, there's my read. Then you snap it, and Keeb is like, you're like, oh, shoot. Take time to learn that. Let Joe Flacco deal with the nonsense. He probably on his way out anyway. So why rush Sheduer? If he's everything, Skip, that you believe, or what a lot of people are saying he can be, let him develop.
Yeah.
Give him time. Let him learn. Let him sit back and learn the NFL game. Like, learn how to be a pro. When you're drafted, you're a professional. You have to work to be a pro. He's a professional right now. He don't know how to be a pro yet. Let him learn how to be a pro in the NFL, and then let him go out there.
See, football is different than basketball. It's the Browns, right?
Yes. What?
When have they been good? When was the last time they were relevant or good?
2023 shit, Flacco took him to the playoffs. Hey, if you win the tournament, I feel like you're relevant.
Is Flacco going to be there next year?
Hell yeah.
I think he will be.
So you're going to, that's your future?
It's not the future.
Okay, so if that's not the future, why the fuck do I give a fuck if he's starting or not? He's not part of what I'm trying to build, so why am I going to even waste the time putting him out there?
Because if you put a young guy out there, you can break who he is mentally. If you put
then he's not ready then.
That's why you don't start him.
What I'm saying is if he's mentally not ready, then he's mentally not ready. It's no different.
I think you hit it.
I got to throw you in the ocean. Are you going to swim or not? You sitting there just watching
like
and watching and watching doesn't build character. You getting hit and you failing and recovering. That's what it is. Like with him, starting or not, this year, him getting picked in the 5th round, you saying he should start, it's built for him to fail. Because if he ends up winning the starting position, it tells you that their 3rd round quarterback pick was a stupid pick, which no one should be surprised because all their quarterback picks for the last fucking 40 years has been stupid, right? So, but it makes them feel like they got the wrong guy because then you're questioning, why didn't you pick him earlier? So they do not want him to start. They hoping he fails. So the process in order, he's 5th. If he If he does perform well at some point in time, we can put him in. But they do not want him to be in front of Dylan because then that means they were wrong here. This is the business of the ego at the point.
But let's say it is ego. Let's talk facts. Did Dylan Gabriel play good enough to be the number 2 quarterback? Did he play better than Sheduer?
I mean, he did.
Both games.
The game he got to play with the tools, he played solid.
Yeah.
But
they both played solid with the tools.
They both play solid.
So,
but this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. Dylan Gabriel, if you watch what he did in the first game, he was 5 of 5 on third down. That's big time.
Hell yeah.
Then you come into the second game and you play again, you take the team down and y'all score a touchdown. Okay, what happened before that? Joe Flacco, 7-9, 67 yards, touchdown. Dylan Gabriel come in, same thing. Sheduer gets in.
But Sheduer got in with the threes.
Yes,
Everybody he was in with got cut.
You can't control who you get in with.
But you can.
Yeah, you can.
He can.
You can.
No, you can't.
Stefanski can.
Yeah,
What? You said
Stefanski can. If you flipped him, you put Sheduer in when he came in, Sheduer would have won the score.
Sheduer can't control who he gets in with.
Okay.
So
No,
he can't control who he gets in with. But once he gets in, go watch the tape. He did not have to hold the ball as much as he did. He took 5 sacks. Yes, when you get in as a quarterback and you know your O-line is not very good, I don't care if you're a starter in the regular season, you're not going to hold this ball because you're going to get hit. He's still holding, looking. Get the ball out your hand.
Yeah, he got his flaws.
But that's what I'm saying.
Sheduer got his flaws. Dylan Gabriel got his
They
flaws.
both got flaws. That's what I'm saying.
As far as them two, I think Dylan Gabriel is a hell of a quarterback too. Sheduer is a hell of a quarterback. They gonna battle it out and see who's gonna be
that's
the
what I'm
future,
saying.
right?
So
they gonna battle it. They gonna battle it out and see who the future gonna be.
Okay.
But if you go ask Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, probably Jerry Jeudy right now, day one, who we want starting? They probably gonna say, man, let's just start off with Flacco.
Yeah,
and let's get this thing rolling.
Yes, of course.
Because it's just a different ball game, bro, for a rookie to hop in. I ain't start as a rookie. I came in playing nickel. Was I talented enough to start? Yeah, but did I know how to prepare? Did I know how to fucking watch film and shit? I didn't. I had to learn that shit. You know what I'm saying? So as a rookie, you gotta come in and learn how to be a pro. Like Gerald said, you gotta come learn. This shit ain't basketball. This football, this shit is a different ball game.
Go ahead.
Did Jaden Daniels start his first game as a pro?
He did.
Yeah. He's the second overall pick.
He did.
Wait a second.
I'm glad you said that. Keep going.
We can keep on naming them.
Did CJ down in Houston start
He
his
did.
first game?
The second pick.
Yep.
Okay. Did Caleb start his first
The first
game?
pick.
But
let's keep on
listen,
going.
but
does he have that same talent?
Listen to what I'm saying.
But does he have
Did Josh Freeman start his? Yeah, it fucked him up mentally. He
but
trashed.
listen, Skip,
You can name a whole bunch of people who started off.
Let me tell you something. Keith, you can attest to this. We're talking about Sheduer. What's the last name? Sanders. If his name is Sheduer Johnson, do we care if he's the 5th round pick that's starting? No. This is an issue because of his last name.
Yeah.
Take his last name out of it.
Is it good?
5th round picks, though. I've heard you talk over and over about 2nd round picks in the NBA and why Bronny shouldn't be judged because he was drafted here. And usually this is so let's give him that same grace. In the NFL, if you're drafted in the 5th round, you take the reps we give you. So people say, they set him up. No, he's a 5th round pick. I don't care if your last name is Sanders. You take the reps we give you. You get in the game when you get in the game.
Well, you can't say that we don't care about your last name because
this shit different.
we cared about it when we didn't want to draft you in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd round.
Right.
Who cared about it?
They did.
32 owners cared
32
about it.
owners.
It was a story in the meat. Like, listen. Okay, we have to stop doing
was
this.
he good enough?
Nah.
Was he good?
Let me talk about
Okay.
me. I never thought he was a 1st round quarterback.
Okay.
But that's not your job to.
But what I'm saying is, Key, when you see these players, sometimes you are a 1st rounder in the draft. Sometimes you are a 1st rounder, 2nd rounder because of the time you're getting drafted. That's what makes you where you're at. But not everybody. Some people can get drafted in any draft and still be a 1st rounder. I would like to believe I was like that because the year before I came out, I was still ranked as the top defensive tackle coming out. The next year, Ndamukong Suh went crazy in college. He passed me, but I was still right here. The next year, Marcel Darius was the top D tackle. I still would like to believe I would have been a top 10 pick. That's where you know you're that. Some people come into a draft and they're ranked where they're at because of their draft they're in. Shedeur Sanders, you said before the season you thought he was going to be the first overall
Absolutely.
pick. But the year prior, why didn't he come out? Because he knew in that draft, But this next year, I got a chance to be
No, but he had to go back and win for his dad.
Hell
His
yeah,
dad needed him.
it's
So they went
circumstance.
for his dad. What?
He had to go. He wasn't ready to come out.
on.
I said, the job wasn't done yet. You know what I'm saying? He ain't feel like I ain't set myself up to be the number one pick.
Yeah, but
After his last year, he set himself up to be the number one pick.
They won one game versus ranked opponents. One. All these ranked opponents they played in college, they won one game.
He
versus
led
ranked
the nation
opponents.
in passing percentage.
He threw 40 tubs in 6 picks.
Graham
With that
Harrell-
team from Colorado.
Come on, bro. This Colorado we
This
talking
is
about.
Colorado.
This Colorado we talking about.
Hey, guess what? Graham Harrell led the league in passing too. You know what that is?
Hell no.
Exactly.
Hey.
Exact. Every quarterback not named Patrick Mahomes from Texas Tech at one point was leading everybody in passing.
Okay, so you're saying he's not special. Is that your
That's
bottom
exactly
line?
what I'm saying.
Okay, I'm saying he is
He's
special.
not.
special.
No, Sheduer is not special. Can he be a starter in this league? Yes.
Well, if you could be
Special
a starter
is
in
different.
the league, you damn special.
Yeah.
There's only 32 of them in the world.
You're
Like,
good.
you know what I'm saying? You fucking
Special is
special.
different. Special is different. Like special is like Patrick Mahomes is special. Lamar Jackson is special.
CJ
Okay,
Stroud
okay,
special.
Not yet.
Is Dylan
CJ
Gabriel
Stroud ain't
special?
special.
He
This
not
motherfucker
special.
won the state championship in Houston, went to O State. Did he win the chip?
Who?
CJ Stroud.
No.
Lost in the
Okay,
chip.
but listen.
First round pick,
So-
he started for you. That nigga is special. What you mean?
Let me preface by saying this. I don't just throw terms out that most people throw out, like special or goated or things like this. I put like the term elite. We put elite on really good quarterbacks. Elite is in a realm of your own. The elites of the NFL right now are the big four. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, and who did I miss? Lamar Jackson.
Lamar.
You can throw in Matthew Stafford if you want, but let's say you don't throw Matthew Stafford in there. Those are the elites. But they'll take another quarterback and put him in the elite category because he's really good. When I say special, I'm talking about like put him anywhere, any year, and he can be whatever he is. That's not Sheduer.
But Sheduer ain't
not
did
special.
shit but win since he was in Dallas at Truth at 8U football. Chip.
did.
9U chip. 10U chip. Fucking go to
Some people
Jackson
be-
State chip. He go to Colorado. Take them to 10 wins. Competing for a Big 12 chip. Like, bro, if you do that, you're special. If everybody, the people whose job it is to rank quarterbacks, Mel Kiper, who else? What's the other guy name? Whoever he is.
Todd McShay.
Todd McShay.
If the guys whose job they get fucking paid to rank guys, everybody got him as 1 or 2 or 3.
They did.
And he go 5th round. Something fucking
Something's
going
wrong.
on, bro. Something is
Wrong.
seriously going on. Bro.
Or
didn't just make a mistake.
they notice, okay, he did a lot at Jackson State. Right? Jackson State. No knock on Jackson State. Don't smile. No knock on Jackson State. All right?
I mean-
Keith, you
I mean,
Keith, you played in the league.
Thank you, Carolyn.
Y'all played in the Orange Bowl.
Right.
Versus Virginia Tech.
Sorry.
You know that game was probably a preseason game in the NFL. You
Yeah.
know why? Because 1% of all college teams go to the NFL. So when we're drafting guys, we're also looking at who are they playing against? Who are they playing against? He had those years at Jackson State, he played at Colorado. The reason I'm bringing up the ranked opponents because they're saying, yes, you did really good at Colorado, but what did you do when you went against the Oregons? When you went against these teams? Then he got against
That's like
BYU.
Taylor Smith, bro. Taylor Smith did the same shit. Was trash against every fucking body.
Who?
He lost 4 or 5 games a year. He was the number 1 pick. Like, come on,
Won
bro.
the Heisman.
We moving the goalposts.
We talking about
for
Caleb Williams?
We moving the goalposts
How?
for people now. Because Caleb Williams lost 4 games. Losing 4 games in college is like being fucking 9 and 8 in the league.
How are you playing? Bro? Okay, but it's more to
He
it.
is.
Yeah, but it's more to
But
it.
he was the number 1 pick. He was trash.
When you're talking about teams, you're talking about these ranked teams versus him and Travis. Of course, they're about to wipe the shit out of them.
Okay, but was Johnny Manziel really good? Johnny Manziel was
In
really
college,
good.
he was
Yeah,
great.
Yeah,
Hell
he's
yeah.
great.
As Snippet
Okay,
coach.
okay, and we found out that a lot of his greatness was Mike Evans.
No, a lot of his greatness.
Mike Evans?
No.
He could have been great in the league too, but shit, he
He went to the Browns.
Hey, bro.
My God,
he went to
damn,
the Browns.
Browns is Jackson State.
Okay,
bad habits.
Jesus
so
Christ,
what
it's
was
the
this?
same
Okay,
shit.
so what
That motherfucker was going to
Sheduer's-
Wednesday coming back
Okay,
to
but
practice.
listen, when Shedeur's
Like, that
running
motherfucker had
around,
bad habits, bro.
When Shedeur's running around trying to figure something out, who was his scapegoat? The Heisman Trophy winner. You can't do that in the league.
Yeah.
You have to play with who's out there. I got to know you can diagnose. There is something called a draft process, right? They have to meet with you. You
Right.
go to these meetings. We don't know what was being said in these meetings.
I do.
So they're
I
sitting
do.
here.
Skip, no.
They're sitting here.
You think Skip don't know that shit? Skip, no.
They're diagnosing, okay, let's sit him down. Let's put him through this. Let's put him through that. I don't know why he fell all the way to the 5th, but I do know why he wasn't drafted as high as everybody thought.
See, in
He
that draft
wasn't as
process-
good.
Let's
He
talk
wasn't
about it.
as
Let's
good
talk
as
about
the rankings had him.
Right, so look,
Browns,
in that draft process, he went
Why
into
are we
those
paying attention
meetings.
to the Browns?
Look,
Yeah.
he went into those
Because
meetings
his
with a
last name is
DB.
Sanders. That's what I'm saying.
He went into those meetings with a DB wide receiver swag in that draft process.
did.
And them owners like, bro, if we let a fucking rapper come out and be the #1 pick, we fucking opening the
That
floodgates
is
for some
true.
bullshit.
So you think
we
that's
gotta
the
put our
reason he
foot
fell?
down and let you know if you're a quarterback and you're gonna play in the league, you're not gonna act like this. You is not gonna act like this, or this was gonna happen to you.
Confidence and swag? They don't like
it's a
confidence and
difference
swag?
between confidence and swag. Fucking Mahomes got confidence and swag.
No,
Cam Ward got confidence and swag. But when it was time to meet, Cam Ward pulled them fucking pants up, took them headphones off, buttoned up that polo, and went in and interviewed. Like Sheduer went in like, nigga, I've been doing this shit. Headphones on.
right,
Hey, what's up,
so-
baby? Hey, he had a DB receiver swag. It's different, bro.
You
It's
think
just
that's
different.
the only reason he fell 5th round of the draft?
Yes.
It's the only
So if you
reason.
don't want to bring him in for whatever reasons, that's cool, whatever. The NFL is a game played within a business. Who's the highest selling jersey in the NFL? Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah.
So you think all of these billionaire owners are saying, shoot, we care so much about his swag and all this that we don't want to bring. Man,
Yes.
these people in
Hell
Cleveland,
yeah,
no, they not,
Did
bro.
you watch the doc? Did you
They're
watch? Did
selling
you not
tickets.
watch? Did you not watch the doc?
You already said they
It was-
billionaire shit. They already fucking rich.
They want to, but
They not gonna let-
it's a business.
They not gonna let
want to
hip-hop
sell tickets.
type shit take over their league, bro.
So
Okay.
if Joe Flacco's a starter, right?
Uh-huh.
We still the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
But if Shedeur Sanders is a starter, we
still-
selling this whole out.
Now, when I'm saying, did you watch the doc? It was Jerry, the businessman, versus the dummies.
Yep.
It was someone who had vision
Right.
on making money, understanding swag and how to capitalize on it. The other ones didn't like it because they were stuck in their ways. Browns is the Browns. This is the most hype they've ever had. Like, it's the Browns.
Exactly.
So he got drafted to the wrong team. That Sanders name, I'm telling you right now, there's only one person that understands business, and he will trade his quarterback for Sanders. Dallas is where Sanders is going to be.
Wow.
Because that name on the back of that jersey is legacy, and he's going to want that to ring bells around
So why
the
Jerry-
globe.
why
Jerry is going to have him.
You just proved my point. You said this is Cleveland.
Yeah.
That's Cleveland.
That's one of 32. So all 32 was like, man, forget all that. We just ain't gonna. So you mean to tell me out of 32 owners, nobody said,
All right.
man, that dude can make us some money. Let's just get
Go
him.
ahead,
this
Skip.
stuff."
But you
Because
don't know.
he-
Sometimes
Yeah,
you don't
let's
know.
At the end of the day, Jerry Jones passed on him too. So
No.
He did.
Yeah, then, but
Yeah.
it's going
So if he-
watch. It's going
Go ahead,
to
Skip.
happen. It's going to happen. I'm
He
telling you.
won't arch, and he finding out that anyway.
I know Deion very well. His son is a chip off Primetime's block. That he came into those sessions with those teams at the combine with brazen arrogance they had never seen from a college kid. He drove 3 exotic cars in Boulder, Colorado, because he was making $3 million a year
Exactly.
because they were selling it out. That they jammed it. They were the hottest show in America.
Yeah.
That they rated like crazy.
Yep.
And again, you have to look past it because he's got clutch toughness.
Hell yeah.
They didn't protect him for 2 years there. He took an unholy beating at Colorado, and he jumped up because he ain't some spoiled, rotten, rich kid.
Right.
He grew up with money, but he's not that because his father's a tough guy.
Right.
His father taught him to fight back and to do it when it matters the most. And I get you, when they ran up against the big good teams, they weren't deep enough to compete with them.
Right.
But Sheduer competed, and by the way, we saw TCU last night obliterate Belichick. We're about to get to that topic. And look what he did against TCU. Sheduer went to TCU in his first game at Colorado and threw a party in Fort Worth. And then he threw a party on them last year in Boulder. And look what he did against Baylor. He was so clutch tough. He threw 2 late touchdown passes to pull that game out. I'm telling you, he is special, and I'm on record with it, and you're on record that he's just pretty good, right?
Yeah, he's solid.
And yet I hear he's solid. Okay, well that's like a backdoor.
He's all right.
Yeah.
Saying, bro,
But look-
he can be a starter in the NFL. He showed that he can do that.
Okay, but that's
It ain't there
damning
yet.
him with faint praise,
It ain't-
right?
But that's what I'm saying. It's not there yet, but you don't think. I guess it's the strength. I mean, when I first got drafted, I got drafted in the second round. Them first couple games, I was like, yeah, this ain't this ain't the league I'm ready for. And to be honest, me watching and realizing it's not as scary as I thought. Right? I just need to understand what I do best.
The game eventually
and then
starts doing
it
this.
slows down. So I understand that he's going to need to look at it a bit to understand where his greatness
gonna get better.
lies in that. But, I remember getting that phone call in the summer because I'm training and I'm like, yo, I can't wait to start next year. And it was like, what do you mean? If we get the number 2 pick, you're not starting. Because there's going to be Jason Williams from Duke.
Right.
And I'm like, what if I beat him out? Like, they would said, I don't care what you do in training camp. He's the number 2 pick, right? He's starting. You're a second round pick. That was the same situation here. Sheduer, those 2 games, he could have played like he played against TCU.
Yep.
He could have had the perfect game. They were still going to put Dylan in front of him. That's just the way it is. I'm not gonna make myself look stupid. They're not gonna play Sheduer. These guys got to get hurt. Dylan is their quarterback. That's why he went. Sheduer is gone.
And I
He's gone. It's gonna be a trade for him. He's not gonna be a Brown.
I agree with that. I agreed it was going to be that way regardless. All I'm saying is that's okay because, like Keith said, at some point they gonna compete again.
Yeah, they're gonna have
So
to compete.
if we're saying
Dylan and Sheduer.
if we're saying
Dylan gonna be in there.
you know what I'm saying?
He ain't doing
If
good,
Joe
Sheduer
Flacco
gonna
went
get in
down
there.
right now, Dylan Gabriel's the quarterback. So
Yeah.
what we're saying is he's the quarterback for right now. Let the season go. Next year there will be a competition. There will be a
but
competition.
trust me
And
on
why
that.
he is the quarterback?
And if you
Trust me on
believe
that. He's gonna
Sheduer
be
is
a
who he said
Dallas
is,
Cowboy next year.
he'll wipe him.
Not
He'll
next
wipe
year.
him out the floor next
Here's
year.
Dylan
Maybe in the
Gabriel's
future, though.
ceiling. It's right here.
Right.
Here's Shedur's ceiling.
I believe
That's
that.
the God's truth.
I
That's
believe
what
that.
will happen.
Listen, now
Book it.
that I will agree
Fort
with.
Worth.
That I'll agree with. Yeah, but
So,
believe that.
so I asked him. I said, TCU is where?
Fort Worth.
And who had a party in TCU?
Nah, for real.
So surprisingly,
But by the way, who was the second overall pick that year? Because it wasn't Jason Williams. To you guys, right?
Yeah, we got Dunleavy.
That's right.
Yep.
Well, that was a bad idea.
Then we got Dunleavy.
That was dumb.
That was
we got
dumb.
Smart or dumb? That was dumb.
Yeah, we got Dunleavy.
Okay.
But yeah, that was.
Because Jason.
No.
Did he play though? Like
No,
they
we got
said?
we didn't get the second pick. Jason Williams was the second pick.
Oh, but he went to Chicago.
We ended up getting the third pick.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
So yeah, we ended up getting the third pick and got.
And it was Dunley. Ugh,
well,
that's too bad.
He was
surprisingly,
a good college player.
yeah, YouTube right now polled completely divided 50-50 that they think that Sheduer should start in week 1.
Really?
Pretty
I
surprising.
Let
Pretty
Flacco
impressive.
Pretty
spin.
surprising.
That
Let
Flacco
Flacco
do it,
spin, man. The
Let his old ass
Yeah.
spin, man.
Yeah. Flacco, how long he gonna be in there? They got a mediocre O-line. He a damn statue.
That's
He
what I'm
can't
saying.
move. So you just
Let him take that heat. That's what I'm saying. Like even the Giants right now.
Yeah, let him
Jaxson
take
Dart.
that.
Let Russ start. Even if you believe Jaxson Dart is the future, which I do. Hey, listen, let me tell you something about that goddamn Jaxson Dart. When you watch intangibles, you talk about gravitating to who they really want to be the guy. There's a difference in who the team wants to be the guy and who the locker room says is the guy. In New York, Jaxson Dart's the guy. But Russ is a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Let him deal with the gauntlet. Man, the Giants got a gauntlet. So you want to let your older guy, let him deal with the gauntlet. Man, it's the Cleveland Browns. Let Joe Flacco take that on. And then let these two compete. And if Sheduer says is who y'all say he is, he'll pass Dylan Gabriel.
He gonna have that star, man. He gonna have that star.
I hope you're right about that.
I see
No,
it.
man, hey, listen.
I see it. Like
we just seen that namesake up at Ohio State didn't play well. But it's one game. We don't know what he's going to do, and Jerry is adamant that he wants him to be a Cowboy. So
yeah.
Adamant about Arch?
Yeah, I know. But
he said Arch Manning is going to be a Cowboy.
Yeah, that makes sense. But that's what I'm saying is I looked at the that makes sense. He wants stars that can sell that.
Of course.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay,
Your
what
point
did
about
you
Shedeur.
see from Arch on Saturday? Did you watch?
I seen him go against a damn a baby Bill Belichick defense. And he
Matt
struggled.
Patricia,
He went against a baby Bill Belichick defense, and he struggled.
That was his first start on the road. Like it looked
struggled.
like a deer in headlights.
Okay,
I mean,
so
I
he
He
can't.
went against the
Thank
NFL
you.
D coordinator, and he
went,
struggled.
but he did.
That's
But
gonna
he
be the
did.
top defense he
went
play
in
all
there-
year.
Yes, and he went in on the road, hostile territory, with Matt Patricia as the defensive coordinator with a bunch of NFL talent.
I understand.
Nah, for
Yeah, he
real.
looked-
That's as tough as it's gonna get for Arch.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Yeah,
Did
but
he
that-
look jittery? Did he look
Of course he did.
overamped? Yes,
Of course
he
he
did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
But he also
Too many
threw
Red
some
Bulls.
dots.
Hey,
He made
listen,
some good plays, showed his athletic ability.
When he put that ball, he can put it in where he needs it to be.
Nah,
He
Arch
just
gonna
gotta-
be straight,
Yeah,
man.
Arch
Sometimes
gotta-
sometimes they got to slow down for certain
Yeah,
people. And
yeah.
it just looked like
That's like starting
It just
Sheduer.
look like- I mean, yeah.
That's how Sheduer gonna look. You
You
start
go
Sheduer, you
scared,
gonna be
yeah,
like,
you go
oh shit,
scared,
holding
yeah.
the ball. Gotta let that shit slow down for him.
slow down for
Okay,
certain
well,
people.
while we're on the college topic, I want to ask you, Akeem. Obviously, Bill Belichick last night, that was rough to watch. Are you questioning now how great Bill Belichick is after that?
Hell nah, Bill the GOAT. Shit. Bill.
Agreed.
Rich, is Bill the GOAT? Hey, all right.
Wow.
Rich, he know it.
Yeah, you know him personally.
But nah, look, Bill, not only do he got the most chips, that's what's gonna make you the GOAT. You got the most chips. But I feel like he an innovator, man. It's stuff that teams do on defense that Bill started, like putting your number one corner on the number two receiver and letting your number two receiver go on the number one corner and doubling him with the safety. If you want action, you better throw it to your number two guy against my best guy. Like Bill started that shit, you know what I'm saying? Shit like, I remember AFC chip, we playing the Ravens. We got a package in where I follow Anquan Bolden, no matter where he at, I line up at that spot. Bill call cover two, we gonna be playing cover two, but I match. I'm the only one in the defense who matching. So it's Flacco, boom, he gonna see zone. As soon as he sees zone, he wanna go to Bolden. He gonna see zone, go to Bolden, but leave matching him. It's like we gonna fuck him up. Now, we ain't really get to it. I got hurt like on the second drive, my hamstring. But just the game plan alone was fucking impeccable, bro. And just how Bill run this building, man. He hold everybody accountable.
Didn't Anquan have a game that you talking
I
about?
left and Anquan ended up having a game.
Wow.
But look, he just hold everybody accountable in this building. You show up late, you ain't ready to go for the day. He gonna send your ass home for the whole day, 30,000. I don't give a fuck who you is. You know what I'm saying? It's if we playing in Miami and it's gonna be 85 degrees, it's fucking 40 degrees in New England. Put us in the indoor, blast the fucking heat on. Like he just getting us ready for the game. Little shit. It's the little shit. If we play a night game, instead of every day coming in at 8 in the morning, shit, let's come in at 12, plan on be here till about 8, y'all, boy, just to get our body clock ready to play at that time of the night. It's just the little shit that he did to get the team ready, his chips and the shit that he created through the league, man. Wade Phillips was the only person even close to him as far as game planning for opposing teams. So second to none. Second to none.
All right.
Bill Belichick go crazy.
You know why I'm not worried about Bill Belichick? They got beat to sleep last night, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Bill Belichick, first game as a New England Patriot coach, they lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They went 5-11 that year. We're in a time where Bill Belichick got hired at the end of December. You have recruiting, you have transfer portal. The team Bill Belichick walked out there on that field is not Bill Belichick's team.
Hell no.
He hasn't had time to set the culture. Let me give you some revisionist history. Do you know who Bill Belichick drafted in his first draft? Tom Brady, Hall of Fame. You know who he drafted the next year in the draft? Richard Seymour, Hall of Fame. You know who he ended up drafting the next year? Deion Branch. You know who he brought in free agency? He brought in Rodney Harrison. The point I'm getting at is
Drafted Sante.
The point I'm getting at is Bill Belichick had a chance to build his team. He had to set his culture. What happened last night? I don't know why people thought it was going to be. We're not in the times of colleges being football schools. That's dead. Let that go. Bill Belichick is Belichick. In college, you have to recruit. Now we're in the time of people getting paid. You have to pay these people. The donors have to give the money. Okay, what donor is not going to give money to Bill Belichick? He don't have to recruit.
Man,
I'm Bill
Jordan
Belichick.
over there.
But wait, I'm getting there. What else do kids want? I got 2 college students and 11-year-olds. All they talk about is they swag, they gear, whatever. Who don't want to be wearing Jordan? Who don't want to be a part of something sponsored by Jordan? What really can happen is North Carolina, they can be Oregon East. Like Oregon has all these unis and all this, and everybody will go there and get this.
They will be.
Now, let's go back to Arch and what you said he faced. He faced Matt Patricia, who coached under Belichick, which has the NFL mindset. There's no college coach going to outcoach Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be the best coach. I have sponsored by Jordan, and I'm going to get as much money as I need because I'm Bill Belichick. Last night he got beat to sleep. But I'm not worried about Bill being Bill in the college because they said the same thing about who? Nick Saban.
How many years do you think it's going to take before
you got to give him at least? You have to give Bill at least 2 years. He has to change the culture and get the players. But once they see, like, oh, shoot, we got all these, we wear Jordan, we getting all this money, this and this.
It takes one guy.
You see, he already had Wayne at practice.
Guy, and then, the next one gonna come, the next one.
That's all it takes.
By next year,
I'm telling you,
they're gonna cash out
man.
for one of these guys, one of these quarterbacks. That's gonna bring a couple receivers. North Carolina gonna be cooking.
Bill
2027.
Shit, I like it next year.
2020.
College, it don't take long. College, you could do it right now.
Teams in the college football playoff. I say they'll be in there next year.
Next year, they're gonna be there.
He gonna get transfer guys. He gonna get transfer guys and all 5 stars.
They started last night real bad, but watch, they gonna finish better. They gonna finish solid this year, 500, a little bit above 500.
And Bill stood up at the podium and said, man, that was on the coaches. I had him man, listen, the ESPN being at your game at North Carolina with all that hoopla they had around, a lot of them kids ain't built for that. They weren't ready for it. So I'm sure Bill, we didn't have them ready for all of it. When you walk out and them lights is on, man, you play them primetime game, kid, you played a bunch. And that camera going across the field like this, you see the crew over there. Randy Moss was there. They looking like, your adrenaline going, then you get in the game. It's like, oh, yeah, I do still got to play football. And they got beat to sleep by a team that was already established.
Bill didn't beat
Let Bill handle his business. It does not have any bearings on his greatness.
All right, it's my turn. I realize how much you love this man because you played for this man. But I have always thought he was overrated because he was mostly a product of Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. I'm giving 75% of the credit to Tom Brady, who won all 6 of those Super Bowls with game-winning drives in the fourth quarter or overtime. And I give you, he has a great defensive mind, and he's a great defensive coordinator. I don't think he's a great head coach, and I can just give you the numbers. With Tom Brady as a head coach in the NFL, Bill Belichick went 249 and 75. He won 249 games and lost only 75. Without Tom Brady, Bill Belichick as a head coach in the National Football League went 83 and 104. He lost 104 games. He was 21 games below 500 as a head coach without Tom Brady. And most important and most significant, once Brady got pushed out the back door by Belichick and especially Robert Kraft, all of a sudden Bill has 4 seasons to prove that no, it was about him, not about Tom Brady. And in those 4 seasons, New England went 29 and 38. So he's 11 games under 500 for his last 4 years in New England, and they make it to one playoff game. It was at Buffalo, tough place to play, but it was 47-17 Buffalo, and Buffalo never punted in the game against the genius coordinator Belichick. And then I look back at the Super Bowls, and I look at the first Eli Super Bowl. Brady did what Brady always did in Super Bowls. He drives them down with 2 minutes left, and he hits Randy Moss for a touchdown, and it's 14-10 New England. 2 minutes left in the game. First Eli Super Bowl. Here comes Eli Manning going 75 yards, not for a field goal because they're down 4, for a touchdown. He hits Plaxico for a touchdown to win the game against the vaunted Bill Belichick defense. And then the one I never got over was against Philadelphia, and it's backup quarterback Nick Foles, backup quarterback. The backup quarterback hangs 41 points on the vaunted Bill Belichick. 41 points? Are you kidding? 41 points? And that was without Malcolm Butler, who mysteriously, I've never heard the explanation for this, got benched. Why did he bench? The player on defense who played the most regular season snaps was Malcolm Butler, a guy you can appreciate certainly, although he was undrafted out of whatever it was, West Alabama.
He was nice, though.
Yeah, he was nice. And yet he doesn't play a snap in the Super Bowl for mysterious reasons. And they give up 41. The vaunted Bill Belichick gave up 41. And I'm looking at this. Where would he have been without Brady against Seattle late in that game? I know Malcolm Butler made the play of the game, but Tom threw for 124 yards, 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter of that game against the Legion of Boom. I'm sorry, I can't justify it. And then I remember the great Don Shula referred to Bill Belichick as Belicheat. This is Don Shula, a legend in the game, called him Belicheat because of Spygate, because he's got some scoundrel in him. He just does. He just does. My friend Eric Mangini called him before they played each other. Eric had been an assistant, went to head coach of the Jets. Eric called him the Thursday before and said, don't videotape me. Don't videotape our signals. I know you do it to everybody, but don't do it to me. And Eric called his ass in. He called the league office and busted him, and that became the Spygate scandal.
But that's something that everybody do, though. Skip.
Okay, all right,
And just Bill.
Well, you
that's
said
fucking every team in the league who do that.
Quick question, right? Okay. You said the first Eli Super Bowl. What's one of the greatest plays, probably top 10 plays in Super Bowl
It's
history?
a lucky helmet catch.
Okay.
It's like you stick the ball in your face mask.
So this is the best of the best. Does the other team not have to make plays too? Yeah. Eli had to first escape the defensive lineman.
Yep.
Because it was about to be a sack.
Yep.
He had to escape the defensive lineman, which they got to him. The play call was great. They got to him. But with play calling, the players still have to make the play.
Right.
So if they get that sack, we're not having this conversation. If he don't have that ball stuck to his head, we're not having this conversation.
If Asante doesn't jump too soon on the, do you remember the ball?
There's
drop a pick. Hey, you drop a pick, you give him 6.
There's 1 or 2 plays that can make or break a game in the NFL. So those couple plays don't make, because you're saying that against those. But what about the other ones where they did win? Where he did make the call.
So the defense had nothing to do with the first 3 chips? Vrabel and Law, they had nothing to do with that shit?
The first one. I give you the first one. Because the St. Louis Rams, the greatest show on turf.
Exactly. They shut their ass out.
Okay.
So the next best greatest show on turf was the fucking Rams I played with. What they have in the chip? What the fuck Sean McVay and them doing the chip?
Okay,
fucked up my second chip because we held Tom Brady to 13 points. We supposed to win that fucking game.
Okay, and then what did he do? What did Sean do?
Sean had 3 damn points.
Okay, but he shipped Jared Goff to Detroit because of that game.
But it wasn't Jared Goff's fault. It was Bill Belichick. Everything we tried to do, Bill shut that shit out. He had that defense ready for everything that the Rams tried to do.
But
that's why we left that bitch with 3 points.
Tell him what Sean McVay said right after the game. Sean McVay didn't say it was this, and this. He said, I got
out-coached.
You know what Bill Belichick did?
Everything we tried to do, they was ready for it.
But you know what Bill Belichick did? You say he's an innovator, right? Jared Goff got all of his stuff from Sean McVay. He's telling him, look at this. This is what you're going to look at, this and this. Info that y'all don't know is that in the helmet, you can communicate up to a certain point on the play clock. Bill Belichick didn't do anything until that until that mic cut off. Jared Goff gonna have to beat us. We not moving or changing nothing until that time limit. Now Jared Goff has to think for himself. That is coaching.
Okay, how do you explain 41 by the backup quarterback of the Eagles in a Super Bowl? And meanwhile, Brady is thrown for an all-time playoff record, 505 yards, and loses 41-33 because the great Bill Belichick gave up 41.
That's cooking. Sometimes it be like that.
It happened like that
was
sometimes.
cooking.
Yeah, it happens. It
It's
happens.
like that
Just like Tom scored 13 points and won. You know what I'm saying? Bill, hey, I held him to
Sometimes
3
it
points,
be
you
like
scored
that,
13.
man.
You wasn't fucking cooking the daytime. I got you. So,
Like
I mean,
that
it go hand in hand.
Like the Seattle play. You just talked about the Malcolm Butler play. They showed the video of them going over that play in practice.
He picked it 10 times that week.
That's what I'm saying.
He
They
picked that
showed
ball
that
off 10
play
times
in
that
practice over and over. And the reason it worked so well in the game, because they showed right during that Friday's practice, before that game, they ran that play. And he picked it. Get in the game, pick. That's preparation from your coach.
That's what I'm talking about.
But isn't that what a great coach is?
Yes.
Like you have the talent, you maximize the talent, and you're successful with it.
Okay.
Right?
I got
That is actually what a great coach is. It's not like, they had all this great talent and you shit the bed. So, that is like this big argument on what makes a good coach, because I can only judge you off of your success and the teams you had. Right? And that's the only thing we can go off of, right? He has the Super Bowls. He has the pedigree. He had Tom Brady. That's it. You lost Tom Brady. You don't have nothing. Like, I mean,
Tom may not have been Tom without Bill.
Yeah, you never know.
You gotta
We
see
don't
how
know.
he run that building.
Sometimes
Everybody might not have held Tom accountable like Bill did. Shit, we had meetings where Bill start that shit off. You're throwing the same fucking interception every goddamn day. He owned Tom's ass.
In practice.
But he owned his ass.
Yeah.
That made Tom sit up in his seat. Fuck this nigga. I'm locking in. Like, fuck that. Somebody might be, it's okay, Tommy. It's okay. Your Tom. Somebody might have stroked his fucking ego. And he might not have been Tom. So we don't know.
Who was the leader in that locker room when you stepped in?
Shit.
It's
Vincent Wilfork.
No,
to
it's
be honest.
12. It's 12. You know it and I know it.
In the locker room, it was fucking Vince Wilfork. I was in there. You asked me, I'm telling you.
I know.
So in the locker room, Vince Wilfork was the fucking leader of that locker room. Maybe on game day, Tom ain't even barely in the locker room. He like a coach. He in here, he do his shit, take a shower, boom, he in the coach's office. The locker room leader, the police and shit, was Vince Wilfork.
Let me tell you, just real quick, and I'll let you go. Let me impart on how you can have a great coach, and if you get the right player, everything is shift and change. There's a guy in Kansas City named Andy Reid. Andy Reid has always been a phenomenal coach. Andy Reid has always had great teams. Andy Reid has really never had a bad quarterback because he makes them look phenomenal. He makes them look really good, but they couldn't win the big one. But then there's a kid who walked through that door named Patrick Mahomes, and you take that same person and put him with Andy Reid, and now we have historic. Sometimes you can be a phenomenal coach, but you just need that guy.
Okay, but Andy went and got him. He didn't walk in the door. Andy went and said, I want that
Like
kid
Bill
at Texas.
did.
Bill drafted
Just like
Tom
Bill
Brady.
Bill did not know anything about Tom Brady. A scout found Tom Brady for him. It was an afterthought in the 6th round.
Bill
That wasn't
snapped
some
that shit.
genius move.
Right.
Stamp that shit.
You forget, Bill like, hey, listen, we ain't,
Okay, so riddle me this. Bill gets pushed out the door by Kraft. He's out there on the market, and there are 8 NFL openings, and nobody hires Bill Belichick, the GOAT coach. Why was that?
They don't have the system for him.
It's
Might too much.
Man,
It might take-
Bill was
it might
there.
take too
Listen,
much.
he been doing this. He was doing it for a long haul. That man.
Right.
Bill was
Price
just turning the
tag.
cake, those getting it in.
like
Bill,
anybody
we
just
see
really
what
hiring,
Bill.
you know what I'm saying? This
Yeah, we
the
see
game
what Bill was
changes.
doing.
Yeah.
We've been seeing what Bill was doing. Bill was not thinking about football. Bill was out there getting it in.
Yeah.
Look,
bro.
Bill was walking out back doors with his shirt off, sneaking and looking. Man, Bill wasn't thinking about football.
And
Man,
then the game changing though.
we gonna get mine in for a second.
he
I'll
got-
be back.
It's an offensive young coach,
Yeah.
defensive young. It's just changing with times. It's a Sean McVay, a Raheem Morris. It's a LaFleur. It's they kind of league now. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go with the flow of the league. They the ones who winning, so I'm gonna go with the flow of the league. I ain't gonna hire no 70-year-old man.
Yeah.
If an owner thought the way you guys think about Bill Belichick, they would have jumped all over him He's the GOAT coach.
If I was the owner, I wouldn't hire Bill Ass
he's
either.
old.
No.
I respect him as the GOAT. I was like, yeah, Bill, you the fucking GOAT. You can interview. Move your ass to the side, Bill. I'm gonna get one of these young. I'm gonna get somebody off Shanahan tree, because they the fucking ones who winning all the games right now.
He's the GOAT.
But you have to have
that's
the
his
right
history,
type
though.
of guy, like John Spatek in with the Raiders. He went and got Pete Carroll, because this is how I like to build my team. This is what I want to do. I need a coach who can handle the lights. Pete Carroll handled USC in the times of Reggie Bush and Matt Leinart when they was the show. Man, I got recruited to USC. I got off that plane. Reggie Bush and Matt Leinart had a billboard at LAX. This is Hollywood. And college players was on billboard. Pete Carroll handled that. Then he handled what they were in Seattle. You need a coach that can handle your situation. So to Keith's point, I'm going to get whoever can handle this. So they went and got Pete Carroll because he can handle Vegas. He can handle the situation. He builds a formula to do what I need here. Belichick probably didn't fit these people's stuff. They're like, man, nah.
Okay, so here's what I'm seeing. Over the last 4 years at New England, slowly but surely, Bill Belichick got exposed. Last night, he got further exposed. That team was not prepared. I get it. They have 70 new players through the portal. I got you. And he's got to install his culture, and it hasn't happened yet. They didn't tackle. They didn't hit. They didn't look ready to play football the way TCU was ready to play football, and that's on the new head coach. And you can't tell me that those board of regents who are paying him $10 million a year didn't sit back last night and say, my God, what are we paying for here? Because that was embarrassing.
It was ugly.
Yeah.
It was very ugly.
Okay, well, there's still a lot of there's a lot of chatter in YouTube talking about Micah. So I want to revisit just a little bit. You're watching The Arena, presented by Underdog Fantasy. But, so Jerry Jones said they have a chance to be a better team than they've been the past several years. Gil, do you believe this?
It just sounds like that X line, you know, when you leave a relationship and your ex tells you that she's about to be happier and it's about to be a better place, and you know we know that's a fucking lie. You know what I mean? It's just your last 4 years. You didn't change anything, right? Like,
not yet.
Your team was built off your offense, right? You're small defensively, so you can be fast. Right, but you're built your team for holding the ball, scoring points. They couldn't do that, right? Even in the playoffs, you're talking about the defense held teams under 20 points a few times in playoff matchups. The offense couldn't score, right? So when you're talking about we're gonna be better, did you trade Dax too? He's still there, right? Yeah. You're talking about a guy who gets an A. And he gets an A in the class, but he always fails the exams, right? He just doesn't know. There's just some guys, when the pressure gets on, they don't know how to turn up, and that's just him. Don't really know him much, but I can just look at you. You don't have that it, right? You're very good in regular season, and then something clicks in. The playoffs, pressure gets on, someone cuts off something, and when this gets cuts off, you don't know how to perform here, right? He's not, it seems like he's more black and white than a gray type of talent. Yeah. So if you didn't change that part of your football team, then I don't see how you think you're going to be successful.
Quick question. I'm going to let Skip go. You said, I love what you said, Gil. You said he does great in the regular season and the playoffs hit, and he just, man.
You're talking about Dak.
Dak, right?
He's 2-5 in the postseason.
Dax.
Right, Dax.
You got to add an S.
Okay, Dak.
Right. When he plays like he played last year, you add it. So people
Dax
know it's
like sucks.
Yeah.
The okay,
S.
let's say Dax, right?
Yeah.
The question's about Micah and guys being guys, whereas regular season versus postseason. Micah's a pass rush specialist. What was that stat you had, Skip, about Micah in the playoffs? He got how many sacks?
1 sack in 4 playoff games.
Okay, so we giving Dak hell but we giving Micah leeway, and this is what you
Thank
do
you.
as a special. This is your special.
Because I know, but I know
Because they always damn losing
I
and
know-
everybody running the damn ball against
I know,
the Cowboys in the
Skip,
playoffs.
Exactly.
No, 'cause
so
I know-
that's how we got better.
But
We
they-
have money to fix the problem.
No, they've
Hell
been
no.
holding teams. How many? I know Skippy Adams over there. How many times did the defense held them under 20 points in the playoffs, but the offense couldn't score?
While Mike has been there,
Yeah. Like
Just-
4 out of 7. What was that?
there's one at San Francisco.
San
They
Francisco.
lost 22 to, was it?
It was like 24 to 17 or something
Yeah.
close.
Yeah, They held them under 20. They did.
it was
The defense played well enough to win the game. Dak was miserable in that
He
game.
played
I
terrible.
feel like against both San Fran games, the defense played well enough to win,
No.
but Dak really laid the edge.
Yeah, but
San Francisco ran for 180 yards in the one at Dallas, so that's not good enough.
But
go ahead.
shit, they put him in position
Yeah.
to win the game, and Dak ran out of time.
Yeah.
You know
I mean,
what I'm saying?
He couldn't get the ball spot.
I mean, he's still so. I don't know. I feel like, are they a better team Thursday? Are they going to be a better team, or are we talking about years from down the road?
This year, just
this year?
Yeah.
Fuck no, they're not a better.
No, they're
Thursday
not-
will
they
not be a
wasn't.
better team because they got Kenny Clark for Parsons. They don't got shit else. Everything else is future. That's why the trade is so bad. The timing of the trade sucked. If they would have did this shit in March, maybe they would be a better team right now because they might have some good
Yeah,
free agents.
yeah.
They might have more draft picks. They could have did something with one of them ones, got more draft picks. They might be a better team now.
Yeah.
But you traded everything right before the season, and everything is in the future. So Thursday, when they play the Eagles, they will not be a better team. And to Parsons' point, shit, 3 out of his 4 years he been with the Cowboys, they've been top 10 in points and defensive scoring.
Defensive.
They've been top 10.
Top 10.
So it wasn't like they just tried. The name, you can run the ball all you want. If you got 18 points at the end of the game, we fine with that. Run for 180 and have 18. We gonna be a top 5, top 10 scoring defense, and we can live with that. You know what I'm saying? So they've been first in takeaways 2 out of his 4 years. They've been leading the league in sacks 2 out of his 4 years. So they bad, but I mean, they not just fucking bottom of the barrel defense. You know what I'm saying? We try to put them
Okay.
bottom of the barrel because they can't stop the run. Everything else they do is solid. I mean,
Okay.
bring in Kenny Clark and keep him.
Yeah.
Like, bring him some help inside
Yeah.
and keep him. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like the trade was so late. Fuck no, they won't be better on Thursday versus the Eagles.
that's a different. That's
Because
what I'm
they did it
saying.
too late.
Organizationally, the Cowboys. Every year, there's 5 to 7 real contenders. The Cowboys wasn't one of them this year anyway. They're not in win now mode, but the Green Bay Packers are. So that's what I'm saying. The trade, to me, the timing is okay because we're not in win now mode anyway. We're improving. So I know once I get rid of him and get these picks, I can't use these picks tomorrow. I got Kenny Clark now, but he's going to be my foundation to help bolster my run game as we move forward. Now I get these picks. Whereas Green Bay said,
29.
I need to use
Bro, you could
Micah
have came
now.
with Kenny Clark and Quay.
Bro.
Do this shit in March. Bro, you could come with, I can't just trade Parsons and come with
Well,
at
at that point, Micah hadn't demanded a trade.
Bro, give me Kenny Clark and Quay. I need your Mike and your D tackle if we want to stop the run. Like, bro, you could have did that shit way better, bro. Everybody in win now mode, bro. Ain't no fucking.
But Micah
you got Dak
didn't
Prescott.
demand a trade.
Bro, you
then.
got real vets on that team, bro. Ain't no damn rebuild mode in Dallas.
They
got enough people to win right now.
You got to think, Jerry's thinking, man, we going to get this deal done. We going to get this deal done, whatever. But then once communication, here's what everybody has to understand about NFL contracts. I understand a lot of y'all just read the TV and it say, guaranteed this, and this, and this. But they don't read the fine print that says up to, which means escalators, which means he has to get this done, this done, this done to get this much money. Jerry's words were, I will give you the highest guaranteed of any non-quarterback. Guaranteed. Okay, if I give Skip a 4-year contract and I give Keeb a 6-year contract, your guarantee won't be as high as his because he's got more years, more money, more guarantee. The communication breakdown was, if Micah is who he believes he is, which is, I'm going to dominate for 4 years, these next 4 years, I'm coming back, I need more money. Jerry said, y'all forget, Jerry is a businessman first.
Right.
So I'm going to give you more years. the guarantee is going to be freaking incredible. Look at this. Look at what it says on the headline. He got guaranteed more money. This is the highest guarantee of all time. But Micah's thinking, yeah, that's cool. But I don't want 6 years. I want 4 because I want to come back to the table.
Right.
And that's where the breakdown came. So,
But
Jerry,
still, you had an idea this could happen in March when he sat in your office and you've been talking to Malaga. You've been talking to him since March. So if you're a businessman, it's bad fucking business to make that deal in September, right before the season. You basically saying, all right, fuck this season. Let's just get ready for a rebuild.
Hey, man, he been saying that for 30 years.
Diggs ain't trying to hear that shit. CD not trying to hear that shit. They trying to win right now, like everybody else. Bro, you got to do that shit in March, bro. You could have more than just a right guard as a draft pick. You could have Kenny Clark and Quay. You could have way more if you do this shit in March. You know what I'm saying? So Jerry is a great businessman. You know what I'm saying? Bring Nike to the league, fucking Pepsi, all that. But that was a bad business move to trade him in September.
For this season, right?
He offered him in March silly money.
And when he refused it, you should have knew.
Okay, well, that's what happened. True. And then he came to his senses because he loves Micah like a great-grandson. He does. He'd spoiled him. He had coddled him. He had patted him on the back. You watch the documentary. If you see the episode 8, they get blown off the field. They're down 27-0 before halftime of a home playoff game as the 2 seed against the 7-seeded Packers. And in the locker room after the game, Jerry sidles up to Micah and puts his arm around him and says, no matter how bad that got, it wasn't your fault. And I'm watching the documentary because I'd never seen that footage because that was Netflix personal footage. And I said, what? It was a lot of your fault. You didn't show. You ghosted your own defense in a home playoff game you were 7-point favorites at home. So, okay, I'm going to go back to Kenzie's question about are they going to be better? And I'm going to tell you why they will be better. But first, let me read this quote because this is a text I got from my brother Lil Wayne. This is after I posted my first video.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, here we go. Okay, so he texts me after he sees my first video saying, good riddance and good luck to the Packers. Because remember, Lil Wayne, born and raised a Packer fan. Yep. Okay, so he's crazy about the Packers. And he texts me, Skip, you tripping. Worst record in the league, definitely last in the division.
Facts.
We traded a 30-year-old very good player, he's actually 29, but I'll give him that, for a 26-year-old unbelievable player. I think Dallas' star just fell. You are no longer the Cowboys. You are the fallen stars, and we are the shooting stars. In the words of a true cowboy, bang, bang. Okay? So I'm going back and forth, and I won't tell you what I texted him back because I shouldn't air it.
Little Wayne get smoke for that one.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne got a little smoke for that one.
Kaboom. All right, so I will answer this question by saying the Dallas Cowboys will beat the Philadelphia Eagles on Thursday night in Philadelphia. I'm on the record, and it's because Jerry finally did something to destroy the Dallas Country Club.
Wait, Thursday, 2025?
Yes, sir. Right here, right now.
A couple days from now?
Right here, right now.
In Philly?
Yeah.
Kenny Clark is that damn good.
That's Marcus Gasol in the NBA.
Come on, bro.
My God.
Wow.
I will also remind you that Dak has been really quietly very good in games at Philly. In his career, he's thrown 10 touchdowns in Philly to 0 interceptions.
But it ain't about that. Nah, we can't talk about that now.
Here's what it's about. Jerry finally sent a badass message to the locker room of, I'm not going to put up with this stuff anymore. I shipped his ass to Green Bay. And you don't think that's going to refocus that locker room? You don't think they love hearing this stuff from Lil Wayne? You know, I read on ESPN yesterday that their breakdown is Dallas's defense will allow the most points in the league this year. And you just said they're not that bad. And trust me, they're going to come out with chips on shoulder pads on Thursday night because they're sick and tired of hearing they're nothing without Micah Parsons, who they knew they were nothing without when he was on the field for them. So watch what happens because they're not that bad. And you brought up George Pickens. He's going to change life in Dallas because all of a sudden you have the best deep threat in the league with a chip on his shoulder to show Mike Tomlin you're wrong and to show Jerry Jones I deserve another big contract because I'm in my contract year, right?
Well-
so
And
okay,
then
go ahead.
they have to kick the ball off.
Okay, all right.
I
Philly get a chance to go.
Like, I know scheduling, and just the scheduling for the Cowboys, I mean, I got them last place. They're going to be fighting with, what's that other terrible team that we talked about? Browns.
Browns.
You got him with the Browns.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Nah, they ain't gonna be that.
Oh, no, wait, hold on.
Whoa.
That's aggressive.
Ain't gonna be that bad.
Yeah, they ain't.
Okay,
hey.
so this is the first team in NFL history that is going to play 4 consecutive games against teams that had 12 wins the previous season.
Yep.
Okay.
Bring it.
And then the only thing that breaks it up was Chargers, who won 11, and then Commanders. So 6 games in a row.
And that's tough.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
tough.
6 games
That's
in
tough.
a row is
With the
11 plus teams.
That's tough.
Chargers
Last
playoff
place.
team.
And if you looked at
With
that,
that,
hey,
like,
listen.
I'm just sorry, but I was looking at
But
that
that's regular
resume.
season.
But if you looked at that,
goes
don't you
crazy
think
regular.
Jerry was like,
He went crazy last
Yeah.
year. He had
He was hurt.
but before he got hurt, he had 8 games, 8 turnovers, interception, which was second in the NFL. I could do that. I could be second.
Who?
Second, he was
That
bad,
tied
yeah.
for second interceptions
Okay.
in the NFL.
Okay, so what do you got him? 1-16?
That's how many games they're gonna play?
Yeah,
They're
17
gonna-
regular season.
No, I know. I'm saying they're
Like,
gonna
you're-
play.
you're
Like
saying
the
they'll
league
just
is gonna
quit?
just allow them to keep playing games.
No,
for no
they'll
reason.
just quit.
They got to play. They got to
Like
play.
this is just like back in the day with the NBA. It's just a certain time where you just say, "Yeah,
They
you
just
guys
cut
don't."
that shit.
Yeah, y'all
You're
don't play
good,
no
you're
more.
good, you're
Him,
good.
hey, Dallas, the Browns, just like after week like 12, just let it
No,
go.
I think the Cowboys is a good team. I'm not saying they're a bad team.
three. I give them 3 wins.
But
3 wins.
But they're not gonna be. Last year is like a scratch, bro. Everybody on the fucking roster was hurt. So you got to go back to like 23, 22. That's really who they are.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Last year, if every Parsons hurt, Lawrence hurt, Diggs hurt, Bland hurt, Dak hurt. Like,
Zach Martin
everybody
never was
fucking
hurt. He got hurt last year.
Everybody was hurt on the
Yeah.
team, so that's just gonna be one of them years. That's a scratch.
Yep.
Before that, they was a playoff team 3 years in a row, so they're not a bad team. So what I'm saying is Parsons was there on them playoff teams 3 years in a row. So if you want to be a better team than you was with Parsons, then shit, your ass better be in the playoffs. You better be top in sacks. You better be top in takeaways. You better be top in pass deep. Like, bro, Parsons is a part of that shit. So I
It
don't
ain't
know if
happening
you're
this
going
year.
to actually get back to that without him, because he a big part of that shit. So
Okay,
Maybe in the future,
I got a
which-
name for you. Their second-round pick. Just remember I said this. Everybody will laugh at me.
Texas.
Donovan Ezra-Waka.
I am
Nah,
not
that boy got
laughing
ball
at
skills out
all.
this world.
Skip, I'm not laughing at all.
Nah, that boy got
That-
ball skills out
no,
of this
listen.
world. Great safety.
No, I'm talking about
No,
the pass rush.
the
from
defensive
Boston
man
College.
from Boston
We're
College.
talking about Philly's guy.
Yeah, they are.
No, that kid from Boston College, I'm with you. Skip, he can play.
He
can play.
He can wheel and deal.
Yeah, he can play.
Well, 74% of YouTube Live said they're not going to be a better team
Hell
this
no.
year. So let's talk about a winning team. We know a Super Bowl contender right now.
Rams.
Everybody's favorite, Ravens. We've got, Lamar Jackson.
Started with R.
Yeah.
My
Shout out
bad.
Sean.
Ravens.
Hey, the Rams gonna look damn good too now.
Yeah,
Believe
got
that.
Ravens. So 2-time MVP, could have easily won a three last year. Gerald, have you lost respect for him at all after going 3-5 in the playoffs? I know you said something about him last year. How you feeling?
Lamar,
Yeah.
to answer the question, no, I have not lost respect for Lamar Jackson. You cannot lose respect for a 2-time MVP. It is extremely difficult to do to win an MVP in the National Football League. But to do it more than once and to a lot of people believe should have done it a third time.
Yep.
But there comes a point in time where you get to a level where we only grade you off certain things. You've been pushed and elevated into a realm of now you can only get graded off this. That's where Lamar Jackson has been pushed into. He no longer can just win MVP. He can't. He's in the Aaron Rodgers realm of Aaron Rodgers won 4 MVPs, but you know why Aaron Rodgers will never be considered as great as some of these other quarterbacks? We believe Aaron Rodgers, I know I do, I believe is the greatest thrower of the football ever, or top 2. Like just throwing the football, placement, accuracy, all this.
Hell no.
4-time MVP.
Who you got?
Aaron Rodgers?
Tommy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's accurate. But
Mahomes.
Tom
That's
said
better than
Tom said himself that Aaron Rodgers is the best. So
I
anyway,
played against him,
but
motherfuckers.
but listen,
he's
the
not.
point I'm getting at is Aaron Rodgers only can go so high because he's gotten in the playoffs and he hasn't gotten over that hump again.
Mm-hmm.
He won a Super Bowl, but he won a Super Bowl and people still knock him down off rank because since then.
Yeah.
So Lamar,
he's 7-9 in the.
So Lamar, now you've walked into that realm, and he honestly talked himself into a big detriment this year because as good as his teams have been, Lamar Jackson said in the preseason, this is the best team I've ever been a part of.
Wow.
So now, Lamar, there are no more excuses. We can't give you any more excuses. You yourself are saying, this is the best team I've ever been a part of, and you've had some phenomenal teams, great records, MVP seasons. But now, Lamar, you in a realm where we can only judge you off this now. You've surpassed this good, this great. You in the legend category. Yeah. So in order for us to legend category,
how are you in the legend category?
No, I'm saying his grading
category, bro.
No, I'm saying his grading, but Keith, I'm saying his grading.
No.
His grading.
Mahomes is in the legend category.
Yeah.
Why?
Peyton is in the legend category.
Yeah.
Tom.
Why though?
If you got 0 fucking chips, you're not in the legend category.
No, what I'm saying is now
you are in.
No, I'm not saying he's in it. I'm saying our grading of him now. The only left thing to grade is legend category. All that other stuff, we're done with it. You passed it. So now it's not a matter of what we were always going to remember Lamar Jackson and respect his career. But now, when we start grading Lamar Jackson, now this is where the people you just named, we want to put you up there, but we can't because you ain't crossed this threshold.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm saying. It's no more about respect. It's now Lamar is put up or shut up. Like
look, I won't say I lost respect for Lamar. I think Lamar is an excellent player. A lot of those losses, he was younger, but I feel like these last 2 years, now you got great teams. You're more of a veteran now, and I lose respect for the way he go about trying to get to that legend category, bro. You're not at OTAs last year. Yep. You're not at OTAs this year. Like, bro, Tom Brady is the only quarterback ever to not go to OTAs and come win the chip. And again, we should have beat his ass. We only gave him 13 points. He should have lost that chip. So it should be nobody ever. But Tommy is the GOAT. He's the only one who ever done it. And then there was no OTAs in 2020 because of COVID, and Tommy won that one too. So if you ain't the fucking GOAT, Tom Brady, you gotta be at OTAs. OTAs is a team building. It's a playbook building. It's a camaraderie building. Like, that's the time where you win the chip in April, May, June, July. That's the time we win the chip, bro. If you have a bad April, May, June, July, you're not gonna fucking win the chip.
Yep.
You make your defense better. Your defense needs you there, Lamar.
Absolutely.
So they can get ready for Patty. They can get ready for the competition level rises when you there. So, of course, you the MVP. You doing all this great shit. What are you doing for the building so we can win a chip as a team?
Even to your point,
and you're not there. So that's what I lose respect for.
But even to your point, when Tom wasn't there, we seen the documentaries and all that. Tom ain't just not there. He's taking trips, but you know who with him? All
Everybody.
his receivers.
Everybody.
All his targets is with him. They all traveling.
But
and you know what we doing? We not partying? We out on that field getting right. So to your point, that makes sense.
But still, he the GOAT, and that's a different situation when we talk about the GOAT. We talking about a guy who's trying to get a chip.
Yeah.
If you trying to get a chip, bro, you got to bring everybody with you, fam. It ain't just your 40 touchdowns and 4 picks and your touchdown rush. You got to get your defense ready. You got to get the camaraderie of the team ready. And you do that in OTAs, bro. Them 3 mini camps, that shit ain't enough.
Nah.
That shit ain't enough, bro.
Nah, that's 3 days.
Did y'all lose respect for MJ in the 80s?
Hell no.
Okay, because that's who he is.
Nah, hell no.
Oh, he's MJ. What are you talking about? MJ in the 80s didn't win in the playoffs, individual stats, greatness, showed that he is that dude, and it took him time to mature to get to that level. They build the perfect team around him, and this is when he took off. This is this year is going to be his Jordan's 87, 88 year.
Chip.
Don't know yet.
I bet 100.
But you
It's
said
good.
they built teams around
they
him.
built the
You said they
teams
built
around
teams
him.
around Jordan to get him where he was
Yeah.
at. Lamar had
Jordan
He didn't have
was a
them
different
leftover ass receivers
Hey,
he had.
Jordan
Left
was-
of them, he didn't have the filet mignon that came
had first-round wide receivers.
No, he had
Was Jordan
bullshit.
skipping out on off-season shit, or was he the hardest working nigga on the team?
I wasn't there.
I wasn't.
Man,
either.
you what?
But we watched the doc
I-
and
we
shit.
watched
Like
the-
shit.
I-
Jordan go
I-
crazy.
I
He
never
go play around
asked
the golf,
anybody
he had
to do
practice.
something I wasn't
Nah,
willing to do.
But
That's what Jordan said.
But we're talking. You're talking about a guy that is in the realm of few men,
Right.
right? There's only 11 of them, right? That's won multiple MVPs. There's only 4 of them that's won those by the age of 27, right? Do you know how rare that is?
Extremely.
Right? 27,000 players. I don't mean to be rude, Skip, even though I call him Baby Jordan. You have a better chance going 6-0 in the championship than doing what Lamar has done.
Yeah, them
by the age of
individual
27.
individual awards.
So when you're talking about having someone who's at that level, right? They do win.
Right.
Right? Patrick McCoy, they do win. Those guys do win. You just have to be smart enough as an organization. And when he matures, it's going to be dominant. So
Right.
if he doesn't win this year, next year, they're going to move forward and he's going to do it, just like Patrick Mahomes.
I'm not
he's
saying he's a bad player.
At 27 years old, 2 MVPs, and you take off. He is ready to dominate. We've seen, because I looked at when do football players mature, especially quarterbacks, from the ages of 27 to 32.
Yep.
He's in this realm. This is when 90s Jordan is coming in. Patrick Mahomes is already there. He's already there because he had a system he went into. Right now, this is when Lamar is about
Pat
to
Mahomes
be,
at OTAs too, getting his team
Yeah.
better. When we
He's
won
gonna-
the chip, I need Peyton there April, May, June, July, so we can get this
Right.
competitive edge turned the fuck up.
Right.
Yeah, if I'm going against Paxton Lynch in practice, we gonna dominate you all. We gonna fucking dominate you all off season for 4 months, and then the shit gonna get real in the playoffs. Not in the regular season, it's gonna get real in the playoffs, and we gonna be like, damn,
Yeah, Gil.
damn.
Michael Jordan, rookie year, playoff game, second year, playoff game at Boston Garden.
the sweep.
It was a sweep. Second game, he scores 45. After the game, Larry Bird says, that was God disguised as Michael Jordan. Okay, that was the fear he was striking in the heart of the great Larry Bird in his second year in the league. He was losing again and again to the bad boy Pistons, to the point that there was a book written called The Jordan Rules, because the Pistons had to have a set of rules where you knock him on his ass. As soon as he starts to rise,
Every time.
you just put him on the floor, which was allowed in the game in those days. You could just put people down. And that's how they stopped Jordan, and it became a book, The Jordan Rules, that the bad boy Pistons had. Now you're comparing Lamar to Michael Jordan, and
In
you're
80s.
doing exactly what you're saying. You're putting him on a pedestal that I'm afraid he can't live up to. Because, listen, his first MVP year was as great a single season as I've ever seen a quarterback play. I'm talking about darts were thrown and revolutionizing the game with his legs. I'd never seen anything like the first season. But that's twice now that he's won MVP, and this is my favorite stat, QBR, because it involves both the arm and the legs. And he led the league twice in QBR. And in the postseason, in the 5 losses, he's 3-5. In the 5 losses, he's averaged a 43 in QBR. It's horrible.
Right.
It's like nobody's afraid of Lamar in the postseason like they were of Jordan, because he's not living up to the MVPs. And I'm looking at his numbers. So in his 8 playoff games, he's 10 touchdowns to 11 turnovers. Well, it's not what he does in the regular season, because I think he's trying too hard against Mahomes in the championship game in Baltimore. He tried to out Mahomes. Well, you're Lamar Jackson. You can do things that Mahomes never dreamed of doing, but in that game, he tried to be more of a drop-back passer, and he tried to be finesse, and he tried to force balls into windows that he's not capable of doing, and it bit him. And he got outplayed by Mahomes in a championship game at home.
He might have that Dak shit.
And
Hey,
but not
that
only
big
that,
game
to your
shit, I don't
point-
know now.
to your point, you saying Jordan's level of play and how he was considered in his
Yeah.
In 88.
when Jordan in 88.
I'm talking about 88.
How many All-Stars did they have that year?
Who?
Bulls.
No one.
Just Jordan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First
Pippen
MVP
wasn't
season,
there yet.
you said they went 14-2. You said something spectacular. They had 10 Pro Bowlers. 10. How many people on the field? 11.
Mm-hmm.
So regardless of how it was divvied up, they had 10. So this is not the Jordan thing. This is not one player with nobody else.
Yeah.
They had 10.
Yeah.
That
And
is not easy to
And
do.
then he was the youngest MVP.
But
Meaning
not only
he's
that-
not mature enough to win yet.
Okay,
Like you,
no.
Like you
Now-
gotta
Yeah,
factor
young.
at this
everything.
point, but at this point, we just gotta call it what it is. We love Jack. He's spectacular.
Call him Houdini.
But if you know football and you know quarterback play, just call it like it is. Lamar Jackson is extremely accurate in the middle of the field.
He is.
Struggles to be accurate outside the numbers. And all they do is push everything that way.
Mm-hmm.
They take away the middle and make him beat you that way. We gonna load this box. We know y'all got Derrick Henry back there. Before he was back there, they still was top 2 in rushes.
Yep. Mhm.
So we
That's
gonna
the OC.
load this box. We know y'all gonna run it. We gonna cover the middle of the field, push everything outside, make him make throws outside. And if you go back and look, that's where he's struggling.
and that's where he's been the weakest, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So that's easy. That's easy to guard. If I know you
It's
can't,
easy fix, right?
Yeah, if I know you can't throw, if they had, was it Chase? If they had Chase as the receiver, it changes things, right?
Hell yeah.
Of course.
But you don't.
Right? Like, so it's easy to say,
got Derrick Henry, you don't got
can't-
Chase.
What I'm saying is it's easy to say, okay, you can't throw it because you don't have the receivers that can catch like this. Your
got guys,
strength
though. He
is
got
you.
guys. He can't
you
gotta
run
find
there
a way
on
to-
them. What
he
I'm
gotta
saying is
find a
you're
way to get
running
past this
and
defense.
he's running, so it's easy to load up here and push everybody to the outside because I know you don't have receivers that can do that.
But
if I give you one,
Everybody
person-
do the same thing to him.
But-
They load that middle and make him throw it outside. How do you get
But what
better
I'm
at that?
saying, if you have-
bring your ass to work April, May, June,
Quarterback
and July,
has to be
and
accurate
learn how to do
outside
that
those
shit.
numbers.
But if I say give me Chase and you say, oh shit, that changes things. He didn't go to OTAs with Chase.
Yeah, that
you just
changed a
gave him
lot
a
of
guy.
shit.
You gave him a guy who can do that.
Okay,
just throw that shit up
but
and I
listen,
got you.
I'm glad you said that. Cincinnati Bengals have been historically bad to start all of Joe Burrow's
They
seasons.
have.
Have they not?
Yep.
Joe Burrow has proved to be an elite level quarterback because he can overcome a lot of BS. He got sacked 10 times in the playoff game and still won. Joe Burrow has overcome that. What did they do this year to not have a slow start? Because you're saying
Change
Play in preseason.
no, they played in preseason.
They did.
Because they understand.
Hell yeah.
They understand what Keeb is saying. We can't win by not doing this and doing this. Did Lamar didn't play in the preseason? No. But you know what Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase did? They said, we've been starting horribly, so we need to start sooner.
Start a couple weeks
let's,
early.
Let's start early. Let's hit the ground running.
Okay.
It's to their point. Like they understand, and this is a team. Has Joe Burrow been to the Super Bowl? Yes, he has.
Hell yeah.
He was a.
He served
was
Mahomes. He the
that's
only
what
one
I'm
who could
saying.
beat Mahomes.
Joe Burrow not only did that, he went into Buffalo and beat Josh Allen, then went to Kansas City and beat Mahomes, and he was I believe a bad call away from winning the Super Bowl. And they're doing this. So why shouldn't he do it?
So you're saying because they start off, what was it, 1-11 for the last since Burrow's been there, right?
Yeah, early
And-
in the season. Yeah.
And what they did to change that is what?
They played this
Start early.
preseason. They more camaraderie. Let's get on the same page
So
early.
they should start the season better.
That's why
That's why they did it. Yes.
I'm sure they should start. They got the fucking Browns game won. I will hope this is a better year start for them. The fucking Browns game.
Last year they had the Patriots.
The
game
NFL
won.
gave
It
them
never
an
mattered.
easy 1-2 schedule. Browns and Jaguars. I will hope and I hope they don't give them credit for the OT. It's the season.
But what we're
But last
saying
year
is,
they had
he
to-
said the offseason is how you win.
no.
That's where you win championships.
Hell yeah.
They
I
haven't
get
played
you, I
in the
get you.
preseason. They haven't played in the preseason. But they said we starting slow. So we need to start faster. So we going to play.
But that's still knowledge. Just like anything, it is knowledge and it is veteran leadership. And Burrow is looking at like, we haven't started. I'm trying to take that next leap.
Right.
This is what I need to do.
That's why they gonna be damn good this year.
And if Lamar takes this ass whooping this year, this is what he's going to say. You know what?
Yeah, I
Listen,
gotta rethink.
we have a great team. I need to do my part. Let's all come together.
Yep.
Right? That's the next growth. And that happens to most great teams. When you're talking about great teams, like it's the bond outside of that field with what makes everybody click. So, you know, it's depending on what happened with Lamar this year, depending on if he's going to change. If he takes another L and they don't win it, then I'm pretty sure going to OTAs, being more of a team guy, that they can all come together to take that lead. Because it is all about, you know, meshing.
One last point, just to be fair to Lamar. Don't forget, he did play pretty well against Josh Allen in Buffalo in that playoff game, and it went to the.
Is it 4-1?
It went to the wire.
Toe on the line.
And our guy from the University of Oklahoma, Mark
man.
Andrews, he drops a 2-point pass. It's 27-25, and he did
fumbled
Jackie
the play
Smith.
before
You know what it is, Skip? It's the football guys. They not gonna let you win.
Yeah, I know.
If you ain't putting that fucking work in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
So they,
I'll buy
break
that.
shit.
Oh, yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's
I agree.
real.
All right.
It's not
It's
real,
real, bro.
Sometimes it's
If
just
you'd have had
not
his
your
ass
time.
there OTAs, Andrews would have caught that shit. They would have went on
That
with
is
shit.
true.
You know what I'm
That
saying?
is true.
That's how it work, baby.
The energy you put in, the energy you put out.
Hey, that's how it
you get
work,
out,
baby.
You know.
Do you see Lamar in the Super Bowl this year? Yes or no?
I just have a feeling it's going to be Joe Burrow's turn again to get there, and I have a feeling if it's Joe Burrow at Lamar in the championship game, and that's my gut right now, I got Joe Burrow.
Okay.
Okay? It'd be
Lamar,
wrong.
my answer, Lamar wasn't at OTAs? No.
Okay.
I mean, the Rams is going to be there, so whoever's going to play against them.
Oh, wow.
And it really don't. What?
Y'all got back problems right now.
What
Y'all
is-
need to
yes
get
or
them
no,
this
Gerald?
fixed.
Yes or no?
Baltimore? Yeah, I got them in the Super Bowl.
In the Super
There we
Bowl.
go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got it.
Okay.
Super Bowl.
All right.
Burrow's going to win MVP, lose to Lamar. Lamar's going to go. Yeah, I got it.
All right.
Cheers,
well,
fellas.
yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching The Arena Gridiron. We're going to be here 3 days a week, every week, all football season long.
That's 2 hours.
Cheers, boy. We need smoke. Yes, sir.
Presented by Underdog Fantasy.
Oh.